Good evening, everyone. In today's session, we are going to understand what is Apache Kafka and how to set up Apache Kafka and how to develop Spring Boot application to communicate with Apache Kafka. All right, let's get started. What is Apache Kafka? Apache Kafka is called as message broker. Apache Kafka is called as message broker. Sir, what is the meaning of message broker? So message broker is used to exchange the data or is used to send the data from one application to another application. It is used to send the data from one application to another application. Message brokers are used to send data from one application to another application. For example, Facebook application is available and Flipkart application is available. Now, so when the customers are using Facebook, right, it will display the set history that they have done in the Flipkart. So one application will send the data to another application. To send the data from one application to another application, we are going to use a message broker. Apache Kafka, we are going to use as a message broker. Message broker are used to send the data from one application to another application. Apache Kafka is free. Kafka is free software. You no need to purchase anything to use this Apache Kafka. Now here, if you see, there is one application available and that application want to send the data to some another application. App 1 and app 2. Application 1 and application 2. If one application wants to communicate with the another application, in general, we will go for the REST call. Now here, I don't want to go for any REST call. Directly, I want to send the data from one application to another application. To send the data from one application to another application, here we are going to use message broker. So here we can use Kafka as a mediator. By using Kafka, this application 1 will send the message, application 2 will receive the message. So here, the application which is sending the message to the Kafka, this is called as publisher. The application which is sending the message to the Kafka is called as publisher. The application which is receiving the message from the Kafka, it is called as subscriber. So Apache Kafka works based on pub-sub model. Kafka works based on pub and sub model. That means one application is going to publish the message, another application is going to subscribe the message. Apache Kafka is a message broker. Message brokers are used to send the data from one application to another application. Kafka is free software. It is working based on the pub and sub model. One application will publish the message to the Kafka. Another application will subscribe to that message from the Kafka. The application which is publishing the message is called as a publisher. The application which is subscribing to the message is called as a subscriber. Okay, guys. So here I have prepared the notes on that. So what is Apache Kafka? Apache Kafka is a distributed streaming platform. Apache Kafka is a distributed streaming platform. Apache Kafka is called as message broker. Kafka is used to process real-time data feeds with a high throughput and low latency. So any data that is continuously coming, for example, if you take social media, for every fraction of second, new data will be generated. Stocks, for every fraction of second, stocks data will be changed. Flights data, sensor data, stocks data, news data, social media data. So here, lot of data will be generated. So if you want to process this real-time data feeds, we are going to use Apache Kafka. So Kafka is a distributed streaming platform. Kafka is also called as message broker. Kafka is used to process real-time data feeds with a high throughput and low latency. Kafka works based on publisher and subscriber model. What is the meaning of publisher and subscriber? one application will publish the message to the Kafka, another application will subscribe to that message from the Kafka. When it comes to the Kafka, we need to understand Kafka terminology. So zookeeper will be available, Kafka server will be available, Kafka topic, Kafka message, publisher, and subscriber. Now here, if you want to run Kafka server, for the Kafka, we need the runtime environment. That runtime environment will be provided by zookeeper. So first we need to run the zookeeper server. The zookeeper server will provide the environment that is required to run the Kafka. Zookeeper is one server. Okay. So first we need to run our zookeeper server. Once the zookeeper server is started, by using that zookeeper, we are going to run our Kafka server. First we will run the zookeeper. By using zookeeper, we are going to run our Kafka server. Once the Kafka server is started, in that Kafka server, we can create the topic. So topic is used to store the messages. Okay. So first we will run the zookeeper. Based on the zookeeper, we are going to run the Kafka server. In the Kafka server, we are going to create one Kafka topic. What is the purpose of Kafka topic? Kafka topic is used to store the messages. Inside the topic, we can store our messages. Okay, message can be anything. It can be text data, it can be XML data, or it can be JSON data. We can store any message in the Kafka topic. So here, one application will be available, which is going to store the message to the Kafka topic. So let me call app1. So here, another application will be available, which is responsible to receive the message from the Kafka topic. Okay. So here, application 1 and application 2. So the application which is storing the message to the Kafka, that is called as publisher. The application which is storing the message to the Kafka topic is called as publisher. Okay, guys. So here Kafka will be available. So now one application will store the message, another application will receive the message. The application which is storing the message to the Kafka topic, that application is called as a publisher. Another application will be available which will subscribe to that message. So that is called subscriber. So here publisher will be available and here subscriber will be available. Pub and sub. Publisher will be available and subscriber will be available. This is called Kafka architecture. Okay. So let us look at this. What is Kafka? Kafka is a message broker. Message brokers are used to send the data from one application to another application. Kafka is free software. This Kafka works based on pub and sub model. Kafka is used to process real-time data feeds. Kafka is used to process real-time data feeds. Is used to process real-time data feeds. That means any data which is generating continuously, that kind of data can be processed by using this Kafka. So nowadays we are using Kafka in our microservices development. Okay. So to develop event-driven microservices, we are using this Apache Kafka. Kafka is a free software. If one microservice want to send the data to another microservice, we can use Apache Kafka as a mediator. So when we are going to talk about Apache Kafka, we need to understand Kafka terminology. What is the terminology? Zookeeper, Kafka server, Kafka topic, Kafka message, Kafka publisher, Kafka subscriber. So what is a zookeeper? Zookeeper is a server that will provide the environment to run our Kafka server. So first we are going to set up zookeeper server. Zookeeper server will provide the environment to run our Kafka server. So once the zookeeper started, then we can start our Kafka server. Then inside the Kafka server, we can create Kafka topic. What is Kafka topic? Kafka topic is used to store the messages. In one Kafka server, we can create multiple Kafka topics. Okay. Now order topic. set topic. Okay, so customers topic, books topic, employee topic, products topic. Like this, we can create multiple topics in the Kafka and we can store messages in the topic. Okay, message can be anything. It is the data. Okay, so here one application will publish the message to the topic. Another application will subscribe to that message from the topic. The application which is publishing the message to the topic is called as publisher. And another application which will subscribe to that message is called as subscriber. So Kafka is going to work based on publisher and subscriber model. Okay, terminology we understood. Zookeeper, server, topic, message, publisher, and subscriber. Next one, coming to Kafka APIs. Coming to Kafka APIs, connector API, publisher API, subscriber API, streams API. Kafka APIs are available. What is the connector API? Connector API is used to connect to the Kafka topic. Okay. Publisher API, it is used to publish the message to the Kafka. Subscriber API, it is used to subscribe the message from the Kafka. Streams API, which is used to process the data. By using this Kafka as a message broker, we can develop event-driven microservices. That means when the request comes to one microservice, we can send the data to the another microservice by using Apache Kafka as a mediator. Kafka is a message broker. Now, let us try to develop publisher and subscriber by using Spring Boot. Okay, Spring Boot with Apache Kafka application. In order to do this, first we need to download Zookeeper. So as I told you, Zookeeper is a server that will provide runtime to run our Kafka server. Let me go for this. Yes, so here I have given one URL which is used to download the Zookeeper. By using this URL, we can download the Zookeeper. Go to parent directory. Zookeeper file is available. You can download the zip file of the Zookeeper. So here I have already downloaded those softwares which are available in my system. Okay, so Zookeeper software will be available. Now here Zookeeper 3.4.14 is available. So let me check it. Apache Zookeeper 3.7.1. Apache Zookeeper is available. Similarly, you can download Apache Kafka. Okay, so download the Zookeeper from the below URL and download the Apache Kafka from the below URL. Set path to Zookeeper in the environment variables up to bin folder. Now, so if you see, edit the system environment variables, you can see that for the Zookeeper and Kafka, the path setup is completed. Okay, go to path, edit. Now you can see that the path for Zookeeper and the path for Kafka. Okay, so Zookeeper path is available. Here you see C classes softwares, Apache Zookeeper 3.7.1/bin directory. Path is available for Zookeeper. Let me check the path for Kafka. Okay, I think a Kafka path is not available. Right? Now set path for Zookeeper. Only for the Zookeeper path is required. For the Kafka, it is not required. Okay, Zookeeper software is available. Apache Zookeeper bin directory. Copy this path and add that to the path. You can see for the Zookeeper path setting is available. Click on OK. Right. Once the path setup is completed, to start the Zookeeper, there will be a file called zookeeper.properties file in the Kafka config folder. Now, so we need to go to Apache Kafka folder. Apache Kafka folder will be available. Okay, Apache Zookeeper is available. Let me go for Apache Kafka folder. Kafka folder is available. In the Kafka folder, config file is available. Here, zookeeper.properties and server.properties files will be available. Here I have given a note. Zookeeper.properties file will be available in the Kafka config folder. You can copy zookeeper.properties file and server.properties files from Kafka config folder to Kafka bin Windows folder. Okay. So now simply we are going to say copy zookeeper.properties file and server.properties file from Kafka config folder to Kafka bin Windows folder. Now you see here in the software's Kafka folder is available. In the Kafka folder, config folder is available. In the config folder, zookeeper properties, server properties available. Copy them and go to Kafka, bin directory, Windows directory. In the Windows directory, we kept the server.properties file and zookeeper.properties file. So from the Kafka config folder, we copied them to Kafka bin Windows folder. Okay. Now here we need to start the zookeeper server using below command. In the Kafka bin Windows folder, zookeeper server start.bat is available. So in order to start the zookeeper server, we are giving zookeeper.properties file as an input. Okay, take this command. Now go here, open CMD. In this, I'm going to execute this command. What is this command? Zookeeper server start.bat. For that, I'm giving zookeeper.properties file as input. This command is used to start zookeeper server in our Windows machine. Let's wait for that. Zookeeper server bat, zookeeper.properties. We are trying to start zookeeper server in our Windows. It will take some time. Yes, I'm waiting for zookeeper server to get start. Zookeeper server start. Still not yet started. Yes, finally it started. Now we can see our zookeeper server got started. Okay. Once the zookeeper got started, now we need to start our Kafka server. Okay. To start the Kafka server start bat file is available and server.properties file is available. To start the zookeeper properties available. To start the Kafka start bat with the server properties. Open another command prompt and execute this command. Go to another CMD. Right. Here, execute Kafka server start.bat server.properties. We are trying to start Kafka server. Perfect. Yeah, Kafka server got started. So if you see the architecture, I have started zookeeper server. Then I have started my Kafka server. Okay. Now here we need to create the topic. Okay. So you can create the topic manually or you can create the topic by using Spring Boot application also. If you want to create the topic manually, then you can execute this command. Create Kafka topic using below command. With this command, you can create the Kafka topic. So to see what are the topics available, you can execute this command. If you want to create the topics manually, these commands are available. Now, what I want to do is, I want to develop one Spring Boot application. That boot application will create the topic and will store the message to the topic, and another application will subscribe to that message from the topic. I need to develop publisher. Okay. So Kafka producer application development, producer or publisher. Okay, now let us go for IDE. Let us try to create one Spring Boot application. That Spring Boot application is going to act as a publisher. It is responsible to publish the message to the topic. Okay, so now let me take it as 29 SBMS. I'm going to develop Kafka producer application. What is Kafka producer application? The application which will publish the message to the topic is called as a publisher. So go to IDE, create one Spring Boot application. I have given step by step clearly, guys, what are the dependencies we need to add, what are the classes we need to create, okay? What are the binding classes, what is the producer configuration class, and what is the service class, what is the REST controller class, how to run the application, everything step by step I have given for this. Okay, we will follow these steps and we'll try to develop our application to publish a message to the topic and to subscribe the message from the topic. We are going to create two applications. One application will act as a publisher, another application will act as a subscriber. So first let's create publisher application. Okay, so now let me go and create file, new Spring Starter project. So let me take this project with a name called 03 Kafka producer application. I'm going to take it as a Kafka producer application. Click on next, click on next, click on finish. Now I have not selected any dependencies, so I'm going to add the dependencies. Whatever the dependencies that are required, I'm going to add those dependencies. Dependencies section is available. You just to copy these dependencies section. Kafka producer application got created. Kafka producer application got created. Go to pom.xml. Go to pom.xml. Dependencies will be available. Just add our dependencies. Okay. So what are the dependencies we have added? Spring Boot web starter, Kafka streams dependency, Spring Kafka dependency, Jackson databind dependency, test dependency will be available by default. Okay. So these are the two new dependencies we are using. Kafka streams dependency we are using and the Spring Kafka dependency we are using. They are used to integrate our boot application with the Kafka. Okay. So once these dependencies got completed, then create one constants class to represent what is the topic and where is your Kafka server. Okay. Now let me create one class with a name called app constants. New class in.ashokid.constants. Constants class name I'm giving as app constants. It's a simple Java class. I'm going to declare two variables in the class. What are those two variables? What is the name of the topic and what is the host? Okay. So here I'm giving Ashok IT orders topic. Ashok IT orders topic I'm keeping. Or else we can keep Flipkart orders topic. Okay. Topic name. I want this. Where is your Kafka server? My Kafka server is running in the local machine with 9092 port number. Okay, I'm going to specify localhost colon 9092. This is my topic. Let me specify topic name and this is my host URL. What is the name of the topic and what is the host URL? So I created constants class. To represent the message data, I'm going to take one class called order class. Okay. Now let me create one binding class, new class in.ashokid.binding. I'm taking binding class with a name called order. So what is this order? Order just will represent data. Okay. So I want to represent message, right? So message is order data. Okay. So order I'm taking, by using this, we are going to represent the data. Order ID, order price and email will be available. So if Lombok is not available, we need to add the project Lombok. org.project Lombok dependency we need to add, or else we need to generate setters and getters for this. So Lombok dependency not available. Let us add setters and getters for that. Setters and getters for this data. So fine, good. So with this, we are able to create one binding class to represent the data. The most important part is Kafka producer configuration class. Okay. Guys, here, let me take this code. producer configuration class that will represent that what message you want to store in the Kafka, what is the key and what is the value. So this one we are going to consider as producer config. I'm going to take the class name as producer config. So to represent this as a configuration class, I'm going to use @configuration annotation. Here we are going to take two beans, guys. One is producer factory and the second one is Kafka template. One is producer factory, another one is Kafka template. Getting my point? Producer factory and Kafka template we are going to take here. Now, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this? First one is producer factory bean will represent. Producer factory bean will represent that. So here, who is our producer? Where is our Kafka server is available, and what is the key serializer and what is the value serializer? Everything we are going to specify by using this producer factory. Everything we are going to specify by using producer factory. So producer factory is the class that is used to specify. Producer factory is the class that is used to specify who is our producer and what kind of data that we are producing into Kafka topic. What kind of data we are producing into Kafka topic. Are you guys getting my point? So here producer config. Oh, so producer config, we cannot take the predefined class name, sir. So let me take it as Kafka producer config. Let me rename that. Producer config is a class. That class will represent how you want to store the data. How you want to store the data. Now, fine. Producer config. Producer config.
Voice.
App constants. In the app constants, host URL is available. Okay. Return this. Yeah, perfect. Now here, I'm taking one class called Kafka producer config. In the Kafka producer config, I'm creating one map object. In the map object, I'm storing the data in the form of key and value. What data I'm storing here? Bootstrap servers. Bootstrap servers, nothing but our Kafka server. So what is our Kafka server URL? Localhost 9092. So today, Kafka is running in the local machine. I'm using localhost 909. Key serializer. Key is a string. Value serializer is a JSON. I want to store the data in the Kafka topic in the form of key value. Key is the string and value is JSON. So key serializer is string serializer, value serializer is JSON serializer. So what is our Bootstrap server? What is our key serializer? What is our value serializer? We are specifying by using Kafka producer. Now, this Kafka producer, we are going to inject into one class called Kafka template. How we are having JDBC template, Redis template. Similarly here, we are having a class called Kafka template. Kafka template is a predefined class. Kafka template is a predefined class that is used to publish the message to the Kafka server. Kafka template is a predefined class that is used to key serializer and what is value serializer. Now, whatever the producer factory is available, we are representing that we are inserting the producer factory into Kafka template. We are inserting producer factory into Kafka template. What is a Kafka template? Kafka template is a predefined class which is used to publish the message to the Kafka topic. I want to publish the message to the Kafka topic. For that, I'm going to use Kafka template. Key is string, value is JSON. That's why I'm specifying what is my key serializer. It is string serializer. What is my value serializer? It is JSON serializer. Okay, with this, Kafka template bean is ready. We are customizing the Kafka template bean by injecting producer factory. In the producer factory, we are injecting bootstrap server. We are injecting key serializer and value serializer. Perfect. So as of now, we created project. We added dependencies, constants class, and model class to represent data, producer config class. Now we can create a service class that is used to have the logic to publish the message. Now let me create one class with a name called order service. Let me create a class with a name called order service. What this order service will do? Order service class will use Kafka template and will publish the message to the Kafka server by using this Kafka template. Now see here, order service is available. Order service is having Kafka template. Already we have customized Kafka template. That customized Kafka template object we injected to order service. And there is a method. So it is going to get the order data. Whenever order data comes to this method, it is using Kafka template object, template.send. This is the topic name. This is the data. Okay. So topic name and data. Topic name is the key. Data is the JSON. Key and JSON. Key and value. Key is the topic name. Value is the data. By using Kafka template.send method, we are publishing the message to the Kafka topic. So publishing the message to the Kafka topic is very simple because here we have a direct method, Kafka template.send method. We have a direct method that is called Kafka template.send method. Are you guys clear with my point? We have taken order class as a binding class, which is used to represent the data. And I have taken one producer config. In the producer config, I specified bootstrap server, key serializer, value serializer. Bootstrap server, nothing but what is our Kafka server URL. I specified that in the constants class. Then key serializer, topic is a string. Okay, topic name is a string serializer. Value is JSON, JSON serializer. I injected the producer factory into Kafka template. Kafka template I injected into my service class, Kafka template.send method, which is used to send the message to the Kafka topic. Which is used to send the message to Kafka topic, topic name and data. So then create one REST controller to call this a service method. Create one REST controller in dot ashokit dot rest. So here I'm going to take order REST controller. Order REST controller class I'm taking. So this REST controller will just have service class object injected. And here, whenever we send the request, post request with order data in the JSON, it will call the service method. Service method will send the data to the Kafka topic. So this is our order REST controller. This is our order REST controller. So order REST controller is having service object injected through auto wiring. Whenever we call this service method, that service method will call Kafka template. Kafka template.send will publish the message to the Kafka topic. So that's it. So with this, we are done with our producer application. So the application which will publish the message to the Kafka topic, that is called publisher application. So Kafka project is created along with the dependencies we have added. Then one constants class created. We specified the name of the topic and we specified the Kafka server URL. And we are creating one binding class to represent the data. And we created one producer configuration class. In this class, we are specifying what are our bootstrap servers. Bootstrap server, nothing but where is our Kafka server? What is our key serializer and what is our value serializer? That producer configuration we are injecting into Kafka template. What is Kafka template? Kafka template is a predefined class which is used to publish the message to the Kafka topic. So in our service class, I'm injecting the Kafka template which is customized in the project. Using the Kafka template, I'm publishing the message to the topic by using send method. Then I am having one REST controller. I'm having one REST controller. So at the rate REST controller annotation is available. In that I'm injecting a service. So here post request method is available, which is expecting order data in the request body. It will call the service layer method. Service layer method will send the data to Kafka top. Are you guys clear with the producer development? The only thing here is what is a bootstrap server? What is a key serializer? What is value serializer? Bootstrap server nothing but our Kafka server. Key, that is a string. Value is a JSON. So whatever the data that I am storing in the Kafka will be stored in the JSON format. Order object data will be converted to JSON. That JSON will be stored into Kafka top. That JSON will be stored into Kafka top. Guys, are you clear? Guys, are you clear? Now, what is the next step? Shall we start consumer development? That means subscriber development. When application is ready, that will publish the message to the Kafka top. Now we need to develop subscriber application. For that, steps are available. Okay, we will run the application, we will test it once the subscriber is developed. So subscriber application development. I'm going to create one more project. File new Spring Starter project. This is Kafka subscriber application. Producer application is ready. Now I'm going for Kafka subscriber application. Click on next, Lombok dependency if required, or you can ignore. Next and finish. So here I have given the list of dependencies required for subscriber application. Basically, same dependencies we are going to use. Subscriber application. Go to pom.xml. Same dependencies will be available. Remove it. Yeah, we are going with the same dependencies for consumer application development. Here also constants class, which will represent the topic name from which topic we are going to get the messages. Okay, Kafka constants. So here already we created that constants class. So let me take the same class here. Now constants class is available. Whatever the topic is available in the publisher application, same topic should be there in the consumer application, because publisher will publish the message to the topic. Subscriber should subscribe to that message from the topic. Okay, our topic name is Flipkart orders topic. Okay, very good. Now constants class is ready. Then after we need to create a model class to receive the data. Okay, already we have created model class in the producer application. Same class we are going to use because for the data capture. Publisher will publish, subscriber will subscribe. So same class I'm taking, order class, and same constants class I'm taking. Consumer config. So Kafka consumer config class we are going to create. In the consumer config, we need to specify all the details. Okay. Now deserializer will be available. Kafka deserializer that we need to specify. Earlier we specified key serializer, value serializer. Now we are going to specify key deserializer, value deserializer, value deserializer. Okay, guys, good. Key serializer and value deserializer will be available. Config props deserializer, comma, new string deserializer, comma, new JSON deserializer. Okay, good. Yeah, key serializer and value deserializer will be available. Perfect. Here also same thing we are specifying bootstrap servers. So bootstrap server will represent where is our server. Earlier producer specified serializer, key serializer, value serializer. Here we are specifying key deserializer and value deserializer. Right. Then Kafka consumer factory that we are setting, and this is consumer configuration. So earlier we have producer configuration. Now we are having consumer configuration. Once that is done, now we need to add this method in the boot start class. So whenever consumer application is executed, whenever the message published to the Kafka topic, my consumer should be able to get that message. So for this, I am creating one method. For that method, I am writing Kafka listener. Okay, guys, I'm writing one Kafka listener. Okay, what is the meaning of this Kafka listener? Whenever the message comes to the Kafka topic, it should listen to that message, it should get the message. So whatever the message it is coming, that is the string data, order data, that message I am printing on the console. So here, Kafka listener message will be available, Kafka listener method. One application is a publisher, another application is subscriber. So one application will publish the message to the Kafka topic, another application will subscribe to that message from the Kafka topic. So publisher application should connect to the topic. So here in the publisher application, we are using a concept called Kafka template. Okay. So here we are using a concept called Kafka template. What is a Kafka template? Kafka template is a predefined class that is used to publish the message to the Kafka topic. And here we are using a concept called Kafka listener annotation. What is the purpose of Kafka listener annotation? Whenever the message published to the topic, it will listen to that message and it will get that message. One application will publish, another application will subscribe. Okay, now let us run both applications and test it. Is it working as expected or not? Now both applications will run with the embedded server, so we need to change the port number. Now producer application port number I'm giving server.port as 8081. Okay. Consumer application port number I'm going to give as 9091. Server.port 9091. I'm giving the different port number because two applications should run in the same system. Refresh. Maven update. Okay. Build path, configure build path, JDK 1. JDK 17 version. I'm using JDK 17 version in this. Change the compilation to Java 7. Okay. Now refresh. Let us run this application. Run as the request box, publish the message to the topic. When the producer publish the message to the topic, subscriber will be listening to the topic. Whenever the message comes to the topic, listener will listen and listener will take the message. So it is message broker. Producer is trying to start. Yes, application is trying to start. Guys, you can see our producer application started with the port number 8081. All right. Now let's go for subscriber application also. Okay. Let's try to run the subscriber as well. Run as boot application. Subscriber will run on 9091 port number or anything. Now you see our subscriber is started. Our subscriber is started. Okay. Perfect. Zookeeper is available and Kafka server got stopped. Let me run the Kafka server again. Our Kafka server got stopped, guys. Let me run the Kafka server again. Yeah. I'm running the Kafka server again. Okay. So with this, application started, right? Producer application is ready and consumer application is also ready. Again, all logs in directory log.manager Kafka logs, C temp Kafka logs, C directory temp Kafka logs. Let me delete all these logs. Yeah, fine. All the Kafka logs got deleted. Let me run the Kafka server again. Yes, perfect. Now, let us go to Postman in order to test producer application. I will send you a request to the producer application and we will see is it publishing the message to the topic or not. Once the message is published to the topic, subscriber is subscribing to that message. Okay. Here, the request data is available. Request data is available. Now, localhost colon 8080 order body. So order information is available. Go to console. Now this is subscriber application console. And here you can see subscriber console. And here you can see producer console. Producer is running on 8081 and here subscriber is available. Let us make a request localhost colon 8081/order. So this is our order data. Click on send. Click on send. I'm sending a request. Now from the producer application, I got the response. Message publish it to Kafka topic. Now go to subscriber application. In the subscriber console, we can see message received from the Kafka. So that means when we send a request to the producer, it is publishing that message to the topic. Immediately, the message received from the Kafka by subscriber application. So are we able to test Spring Boot with Kafka? Yes. Whenever I send a request to the producer, it is saying that message published to the topic. So when I go to the console, you can see message received from the Kafka. So two applications are executing. In the consumer application, I have written the consumer configuration and a method. We developed two applications, guys. one application is used to publish the message. So it is publishing the message and giving the response. Immediately, subscriber is already connected to the topic. So Kafka listener method is executing. It is printing message received from the topic. Whatever the message it is receiving from the topic, it is printing on the console. Okay. One application is publishing the message. Another application is subscribing to that message and printing that message on the console. Are you guys able to understand this architecture now? Whatever we are able to implement. Apache Kafka. Apache Kafka is a message broker. Message brokers are used to send the data from one application to another application. Kafka is free software. Okay. Kafka works based on public and submodel, publisher and subscriber. One application will publish the message, another application will subscribe to that message. This Kafka is used to process real-time data feeds. Good. Now this is the architecture. We have started Zookeeper, then we started Kafka server. Zookeeper is providing runtime environment to run our Kafka server. By using Kafka server, we are creating Kafka topic to store the messages in the topic. So we developed one Spring Boot application, which is publishing the message to the topic. And we developed another application, which is subscribing to the messages from the topic. So with this, we are able to integrate Apache Kafka with the Spring Boot application. We are able to integrate Apache Kafka with the Spring Boot application. Are you guys clear? Anybody having any questions on this? Anybody having any questions on this? Sohini, publisher can be on any language. Subscriber also can be on any language. Okay. Publisher can be on any language. Suppose if the publisher is Python, they will publish the message to the topic. As a subscriber, you need to write the configuration to connect to the topic and you need to get the message. Publisher can be any language application. Subscriber can be any language application. Okay. So there is no rule that publisher and subscriber should be developed by using same language. Python application also can publish the message to the topic. Our Spring Boot application can connect to the topic and can get the message. So from the consumer side, we are developing Java side subscriber. So Java side subscriber will have this configuration. That's it. Okay, good. Perfect, guys. So thank you. I'm going to upload this document. By using this document, you can test it. You can develop the application and you can test it. In the tomorrow session, we are going to see flux objects and mono objects example. Okay. Thank you, guys. So please practice this. We'll meet in the tomorrow's class. Thank you. Bye-bye.